From out of control to back in control, Dennis Hauger, the Norwegian Nightmare, the Indy Next champion, somehow keeps it out of the wall.
Formula One went back in time to 2014. IndyCar remembered how to race at Phoenix, and NASCAR also remembered how to race at Phoenix. All this and more next on the Pit and Paddock Racing Show. Welcome back to the Pit and Paddock Racing Show for our first triple header of the year. All three, Formula One, NASCAR, and IndyCar.
Finally.
Fine. Formula One went to Australia to kick off the Eco Mode era, where Ferrari surprised everyone with a magic start, but ended up third. Leclerc finishing behind Mercedes, Russell, and Antonelli, who everyone expected to dominate anyway, just like 2014. Mm-hmm. Ferrari was 1 and 3 at some point, but later gave it up on pit stops. So was that another Ferrari strategy fail, or were they always going to get beat by Mercedes?
They had that early virtual safety car where they stayed out, and even the announcers were like, they probably should have came in right there and saved some time. I don't know if that would have got them a win.
Even Hamilton was like, why didn't you bring one of us in?
Yeah, at least split the strategy. Maybe send one of them in. Maybe it would have been a greater chance of winning.
You know, I noticed in the beginning, Russell couldn't stay ahead of Leclerc.
No, they were going back and forth there. It's like they weren't quite sure when to use their energy at the right times, or, you know, somebody would be using it here, somebody would use it at a different point, so they'd go back and forth. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it made for good racing.
Maybe he had like a battery problem?
I did hear a lot of cars complained of not having very much battery.
Or maybe they just they didn't know how to optimize their battery at the time.
You can't use battery power for the first, 500 feet or 50 meters, something like that.
Oh.
So how does the not full battery affect you at the start?
Then it just comes down to engine power and that turbo.
The smaller turbo that Ferrari has. Yeah, Russell complained of the battery power, but that didn't seem to hurt Ferrari at all.
No.
I noticed that Ferrari has a little ball joint on the end plates of their front wing.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah. It's like a little ball knob sticking off.
What is that? It's a little curb feeler?
I couldn't figure out what that thing was.
I'll have to look at some pictures. Sam can tell me about it.
We need to write a letter to Sam. I noticed after qualifying, which Mercedes was almost a second clear of the next fastest car, it was pathetic. I could hear the Tifosi saying, maybe 2031 will be our year.
Yeah, that's going to happen again. Yeah, maybe next time.
You know, didn't the start of the last Formula have Ferrari and Red Bull racing back and forth, both doing well, and then as the year went on, Ferrari just fell further and further behind?
Yeah, that's pretty much how it went that time too. My least favorite part of qualifying, I think, was when the cars start slowing down towards the end of the straightaways to recover energy. It's not a good look for qualifying when you're supposed to be going flat out.
Yeah, that's sad. It's better to go slower at the end of the straight and harvest energy for the launch off the next turn than to brake hard into the... Yeah.
I think they should have looked a little harder at the percentages of battery in combustion, maybe, so you're not slowing down on the straightaways when you shouldn't be.
You know, we never did get a true look at Max's pace. He crashed in Q1 and came up from the back, but never got past 7th.
Yeah, due to a software error. Why is a software error causing accidents in a race car? What is that about?
You know, the cars are so complex that Formula One is considering bringing back the mechanician racing.
It's the in-car computer programmer.
Yeah.
Just
They need like an R2 unit behind them to help them control the car.
I could see. Get that back there.
Yeah.
Get it together, R2.
Lock down that stabilizer, would you? You know what? If they're going to have all this harvesting stuff, why don't you just have the software figure out when it's best to harvest and like give you a little light, like harvest now?
Yeah, I'm sure they're about to have that or it's illegal to have that.
It's Europe, so it's probably illegal.
Yeah, that's true. Let's move on to some race highlights, starting with lap -1 when Oscar Piastri bins it right in front of the home crowd. First race of the season.
Good job, Pastry.
I was enjoying those home crowd reaction shots. I kind of was... Man, there were some sad people. There was a whole grandstand of people with Piastri shirts on, just looking so sad.
Was it like the Clinton campaign on 2016, the night of the election?
Just tears. You could hear when they put it on the big screen at the track, audibly like, oh. Just a giant sigh around the track.
How do you crash on the sighting lap unless you're at the Indy 500 and you're
Scott McLaughlin? He's no longer the worst. This one seems, I don't know, he kind of got up on that curb in the middle. Between that and some weird power situation, probably. I don't know.
He slammed that wall pretty hard. Like,
Yeah.
that car was done. They were not bringing it back out to try and maybe get some points. Like,
No.
they were trying to get that car ready for China. Hulkenberg didn't even start the race.
No, not even an attempt at it. Just, nope.
I thought Audi was doing okay.
They seem to. Their other car was fine, but that one was not. So +1 spot for Cadillac already.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 spots. Not the worst car. On the start, Ferrari got off to an excellent start there. But I don't know, it was like the first 10 or 15 laps, a lot of back and forth between Leclerc and Hamilton. It seemed like the drivers were kind of figuring out how best to use their energy and, making a lot of passes for the lead.
And yet Kimi Antonelli lost, 7 spots on the start? And within 4 or 5 laps, he's right up to 4th place.
Yeah, I think he figured out the Mercedes pretty quickly.
They said he had a lot of wheel spin on the start, and that's what happened. How do you get wheel spin on a 50% combustion car when you can only use the combustion on the start?
Maybe he'll get that clutch figured out next time.
Yeah, but I mean, it was pretty amazing for that Mercedes to jump that far in just a few laps.
That was impressive. Ferrari need to get the rest of their race figured out because they got the start down.
Yeah. Imagine if they're on pole with that start.
They could lead slightly longer than they did last time. Lap 11, Haji was the first casualty of the race. Well, in the actual race. When his engine blew out.
After the lights went out.
Yeah, after the lights went out. And Red Bull lost an impediment.
He was just going to be in Max's way anyway. You knew there was going to be a time when they would say, Haji, Max is behind you.
And he would say,
Except
what?
what?
What? Radio's not, I can't hear you. A couple laps later, Alonso feels the wrath Honda. Revenge for the 2015 Japanese Grand Prix.
Yeah, that was never going to be a good idea.
No. That car didn't last too long. And then lap 18, congrats to Bottas on Cadillac's first Formula One DNF.
I'm sure we have many Cadillac DNFs to come. I noticed by lap 22, Leclerc had lapped Cadillac.
Was it only lap 22?
Yeah. I'm surprised it took that long to lap. I didn't think Cadillac was going to be that awful. Like, how are you 53 seconds behind after a couple laps?
That's not quite. That's a little slow. I wonder if they were like didn't push at all, or they were going, let's just try to finish the race and not push the engine at all.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then around lap 26, Ferrari pit strategy strikes again. Let's stay out under the virtual safety car.
Yeah.
What kind of Formula One season would it be without a bad Ferrari pit call?
2 laps later, Russell was back into P1 over Hamilton when because Ferrari pitted under green. Like, 2 virtual safety cars. No. We're going to wait for the green flag to pit.
We don't want to be saving time in the pits here.
Yeah. Yeah, once Russell got in front of Hamilton, he never looked back. He was gone. But not terribly gone. Like I said, when Leclerc came out, he was 10 seconds behind Russell, and he was about 10 seconds at the end of the race. So Russell, he wasn't pulling away like Red Bull did 2 years ago.
I wonder if he was just maintaining pace or...
We don't know. We might find out in China.
Yeah. Lap 34, there was a virtual safety car for debris, and the Ferrari prognostication fails again.
Yes. Let's not pit here. Let's wait for some green flags.
Yeah.
Our super secret undercover journalist, Bob, reports that Ferrari were counting on a Mercedes two-stop, but those tires did not degrade. The hards held up for a long time.
Man, they're going to need some better tires if they're
Yeah.
going to do this. I mean, the full safety car might have given Ferrari a chance, but
They would have been on fresher tires, and
yeah, you can't go around basing your strategy on hoping for a full safety car.
yeah. I mean, it wasn't a terrible strategy given new formula that's difficult and expecting some more cars to break in the middle of the track, but
All the cars kind of broke right by an exit where they could be picked up easily with a virtual safety car for the most part.
So Ferrari showed that they can get out there. Do you think they're gonna maybe win on shorter tracks where the Mercedes compression hack isn't such a big deal?
Maybe they can catch up a little bit on somewhere, get out of their own way and their strategy.
Because China's next. That's a fast track.
Maybe hope for some couple breaks. Maybe Mercedes breaks something.
Lewis said that, in June, the Mercedes can't use their compression hack anymore, but by then they could have piled up a nice lead.
Yeah, that's pretty much, it seems like what they're looking for is to get enough of a lead by then. What about Haas? They finished P7 in the points. Probably maybe best of the mid-pack.
They were best.
Ahead of Toro Rosso. I
Yeah.
can't really think of anyone that was competing with him.
Yeah, that was the next mid-pack car.
I mean, they could even argue that they kind of battled with McLaren a little bit. McLaren did not have a great showing.
Red Bull, again, we were kind of robbed of their true pace. Verstappen ended up P6, but, he was unable to get past that McLaren. So maybe that Ford Red Bull engine's not so great.
Oh, he had to start. What did he start last?
Pretty close to it.
Pretty close to last. Yeah.
I mean, he made a lot of spots with mid-pack and the moving chicanes like Cadillac and Audi.
Probably could have got past McLaren if he started up front, but I don't think they have anything for Mercedes either. McLaren is probably, I would say, they're the worst of the top 4 teams.
Yeah.
After their championship season, it seems like all the other teams are just a little bit better than they are.
McLaren was like one of the worst teams at the start of the last formula, and they engineered their way to the top.
They were laughingly bad at the start, and they went from that to championship over the course of the formula. So
still, I think one of the biggest miracles in Formula One, because nobody ever improves that much over a formula.
That was pretty good run from them.
Yeah. Constructors' Championship the last 2 years. By year 3, they were competitive, and then 4 and 5, they were leading the pack. Cadillac, though, worse than we thought. Perez 3 laps down at the end of the race.
They're pretty much lucky that the Aston Martin shakes itself to death. Their main competition was supposed to be Alpine, right? And one of their drivers got to the points, so that's...
Yeah, Gasly made it into the points.
That's not really looking good for them. I'm sure the Honda situation will get itself sorted out at some point.
We shall see.
So, I don't know. Not great for Cadillac, but it's their first race. And then Aston Martin. It's as bad as we thought. Both cars were out by, lap 15?
Yeah.
Shockingly, it was a vibration issue. Did not see that coming. Not the good kind either.
Oh. Lawrence Stroll, team owner, was later seen taking flowers to the Audi trailer.
Didn't Stroll know what happens when you team Alonso up with Honda?
Yeah, has that ever come out good?
Oh, man.
The 2 formulas ago, bad. Indy 500, bad.
Did not qualify.
Yeah. One year wasn't Alonso leading the race and the Honda engine died on
it gave out.
Yeah. Yeah, it never goes good. Plus, pairing Adrian Newey with Honda is like taking supermodel clothes shopping at Walmart. That should have given him something a little better. Even the Red Bull Ford would have been better than the Honda.
Man, Aston making poor choices. Coming up next for Formula One, we're heading up to China for the Joe Biden and Mark Kelly Appreciation Grand Prix.
Two very popular people in China.
Oh, big fans.
Are we going to see more Mercedes domination in China?
Yeah, probably, unless they break.
We can hope. I foresee 5 Mercedes championships in a row, like 2014, where they had 8 champions. They like transcended a whole formula.
Yeah,
2014.
That was a long run.
Yeah.
I bet George Russell still finds something to complain about on the radio, though.
But he'll complain about it like a school marm. Most of the drivers whine, like, he hit me, George. He was driving very unsafely, and we should talk to his driver. Do you think Lewis is kicking himself right now for leaving Mercedes? Like, he could have got that 8th championship.
Maybe. He's probably also just counting how much money he's making at Ferrari, too.
34 million? Who's making more money per year, him or Adrian Newey?
Oh. It seems who's deserving more of it?
Yeah, well, so far, this year, it's not Adrian Newey. Although we just don't know. I would have loved to have seen a good engine in the Aston Martin to see how Adrian Newey did with a fresh car.
Yeah. Well, never know. NASCAR headlined the Phoenix race, where Ryan Blaney overcame his incompetent pit crew to win, with Christopher Bell in second and Kyle Larson third.
The Asian driver?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh. He didn't take anybody out trying to switch lanes without a signal this time?
No, just 5 lanes.
Yeah. I wanted to give a shout out to Blaney's mustache that he's grown, the massively bushy... I don't know. Either he's trying to become national security advisor or he's going for a role in a Western.
Adult film, maybe?
Oh, yeah, I could see it. That is like an adult film mustache.
In 1985 or something?
Yeah, I can see that.
Let's move on to the race. Joey Logano started on the pole and led all the way until Ryan Blaney got by him on lap 47. And that was the first stage, off to a pretty standard, boring Phoenix start.
The Fords seem to like this track a lot.
Oh, yeah, there's been a lot, yep. Well, by Ford you mean Ryan Blaney, because it's usually just...
Well, Joey's done well at this track.
I think he's got a lot of poles here.
Yeah.
Something always seems to happen.
I thought they were more of the restrictor plate motor.
Yeah, I think so. But the Penske found something here for a long time. Blaney, Logano all winning. a lot recently. Lap 93 is our first Kyle Busch crash of the day. He cuts a tire and brushes the wall, followed directly by SVG spin number 1.
For no reason.
After a tire goes down. Just a whole lot of disaster going on.
Oh, and that's when Blaney had pit fail number 1, lost a wheel, and had to restart from the back.
First to the back.
Good job, Blaney pit crew.
For the first time.
Yes.
Lap 103, Suarez and Elliott try to push the wall back.
Lap, was it turn 3? Yeah, turn 3 was
Yeah.
the one that was catching them all out. The flat turn?
Oh, no, 1 and 2 now. That's 1 and 2.
That's right.
Because they moved the start-finish line. I never get used to that.
That's always been turn 3 and 4, but okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so 4 is not the one in front of the crowd anymore?
So you got 1 and 2 are the flat ones, and then 3 and 4, or 4 is the one right by the dog leg.
Okay.
Comes back around.
It's really like, there should be like a turn, like 1.5, like 1.
1A.
Yeah, 1A is the dog leg.
You should do it like road courses, like the 1A and 1B.
I noticed that around lap 110, that's a big jump for excitement.
Yeah.
Lap 110, Christopher Bell's sideways coming towards the start-finish line, and by lap 127, he's in the lead.
Oh, loose. Loose is fast.
He seemed really good on long runs. Blaney would take off, Blaney or Joey, and then towards the end of the run, Bell.
That was a lot. Yeah, every time there was a caution, Bell would come screaming up towards the end of the run and take the lead. Lap 128, Chase Briscoe cut a tire and does a wall slapper.
A lot of cautions in this race.
I think they set the record for Phoenix cautions.
Wait, more than last year when every car blew a tire?
Yeah. That one seemed to all happen towards the end, and this one was kind of spread out a little bit more. That's when we got Blaney with loose wheel number 2 in the pits. But Joey's crew bailed him out. He stopped in his pit box to get the tire fastened back on. Still had to go to the back, but he doesn't lose his crew chief for the suspension because he got the wheel put back on. So that's good, I guess.
He's pretty lucky Joey picked stall 1. Some commentators are saying stall 1 is not a great spot to be in.
Really?
Around the curve like that, like it kind of slows down the pit stop because of the curve.
Everyone has to drive on the curve. I would rather be in the first one.
Maybe it's just commentators looking for something to say.
They do feel like they have to talk constantly.
Yeah. You know what? You don't have to talk all the time. You could just watch the race for a while.
So, cars are loud. Just let's hear the cars and watch the race. Lap 139, Noah Gragson explodes a brake rotor, and then the debris takes out tires from Byron, Connor Zelich, Michael McDowell. Cold Custard gets one right into the radiator.
Oh, my boy Cold Custard. That was terrible.
Yeah.
That thing exploded like it was an Iranian rotor.
I was like, here come the tire problems. Like, right within a lap, like 4 cars. I'm like, that's got to be something else. That's not a tire issue. You're running over brake rotors.
Don't run over the pieces of metal on the racetrack. That's all I'm saying.
Then, for some reason, the RFK cars think staying out on old tires is a good idea. Turns out it was not. I think they were in the back by like 15 laps later.
4 tires rule at Phoenix.
You're going to want those 4 tires. Just ask Denny Hamlin.
Oh, yes. 2 tires did not work for Denny Hamlin.
Or Christopher Bell. Later, that's a spoiler.
Yeah.
Christopher Bell does end up winning stage 2, though.
Is the dog leg faster on restarts? Because it seemed like everyone who took the apron got passed.
It's shorter. I don't know if it's faster. Everyone just seems to do it because it's there.
If you look at it from a bird's eye view, taking the apron almost makes it a perfect paperclip track.
They do it in qualifying, so it's got to have some kind of advantage. But that car just slams hard every time it hits the transition. It can't be good for it.
They should smooth that out.
They should just put grass there.
Oh.
Then we don't have to worry about it.
But still allow you to use the apron.
Yes, like, good luck. You
Yeah.
do what you...
Use the grass apron, no problem. We don't have track limits here.
Yeah, do what you need to do. That pit wall juts out, and every time I think someone's might just end up clipping it. That would be a really bad crash. That's when, I don't know, lap 217, that's when Joey Logano gets into the back of Chastain in the dog leg, takes out Cindric and not Bowman driving the 48 car.
Who was that?
Not Bowman?
Ricky Bobby?
Yeah. His fill-in. Who did they have?
Was he that?
Alfredo.
Oh,
Anthony Alfredo was the fill-in driver this week.
Not the random guy that raced the rest of COTA for him?
Randomly selected guy walking around the pits. You, sir, get in the car.
You have a fire suit on? Come here, sir.
So that brings up another problem with the dog leg is it's tough to see where everyone's at when they're all trying to blend and going 10 wide. That brings up SVG spin number 2.
I think he confused the dog leg for a chicane. Oh, that doesn't work.
Oops. And then, this time, it's Joey's turn to get wrecked in the dog leg. He ends up taking out Josh Berry and Daniel Suarez.
I should rename this race the Caution 500.
Man, there were a lot of cautions.
Which, on one hand, it makes the race more interesting. On the other hand, if you're not in the shady spot at the track, you're kind of like, how much longer is this race going to go?
I wasn't really in the shady spot.
No.
I was like, can we get some breeze? But I would rather have a more interesting race than watching a parade for 400 miles.
We did end up with decent Phoenix weather this year.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It got a little warm that day.
Won't be as bad as like 2 weeks from now. It's supposed to be like 90 something in March.
Joy.
Yeah. So they were right to have it as early in March as possible.
Yeah. I missed the night race. Lap 287, Austin Dillon was our final tire explosion of the day.
Did he cut a tire?
He didn't watch out. He cut a tire. That leads to the last round of pit stops. Ryan Blaney and Little Ty Gibbs took 2 tires. And Christopher Bell decides that 4 tires is going to be his choice for some reason. It's like they didn't remember what happened to Denny Hamlin last November.
2 tires did not work.
Oh.
That was my highlight of the race when Little Ty held his Olympic hurdle tryouts for his crew.
And that front tire carrier's like, you better move. He's like, oh, that's a heck of a jump. It cleared the whole hood.
Little Ty can't see over the steering wheel. You almost hit your crew member.
Only 2 tires for Little Ty.
I hope NASCAR lets us put that video up on the show because that was pretty sweet.
Yes. Athletic.
That was a good jump. That was like a tall dude too. So
a few laps later, John Hunter and Zane Smith crashed to waste everyone's time. Everyone's day's out.
nobody got fresh tires for that one. Huh?
No, I think that's what did in Christopher Bell. He didn't have enough. It kind of cut his run short. And that leads to lap 303 when Blaney finally gets up to the lead. Christopher Bell comes all the way up to second, but can't quite catch him.
Not enough time.
No, not enough time.
But it was a good race.
Yeah, Phoenix actually put on a decent race this time.
The Busch race was good.
Busch race was good. IndyCar race was good.
Yeah.
Good weekend.
I hope they come back and do another doubleheader next year.
Yeah, that would be great. They should run the IndyCars at night and the Busch race during the day this time. In other NASCAR news, Cletus McFarland is going to be making 3 Busch Series starts sometime this season. I think the first is Rockingham, and hopefully Talladega, is what I've heard so far.
He's moving up from ARCA.
ARCA and his 6 laps in trucks.
He didn't
like,
last long in the truck.
I guess straight up to the Busch Series.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to watch it.
Well, I mean, in ARCA, if you've got enough money, you're allowed to go race a team.
Yeah, sure, why not?
But Busch, don't you have to have a little more experience and a certain amount of points on your license, and
You would think so. I don't know.
or enough viewers that NASCAR's like, yeah,
He's racing with RCR too, so it's a good team.
If you can bring that many eyeballs, then sure, we'll let you race Cup. Come on. Bowman, we said, missed out again with vertigo. How do you? I thought that was like a temporary thing. Like,
I don't know. How come it just at Coda? Apparently, it lasts a while.
I guess I thought vertigo was like when Cart went to Texas and they were so fast the drivers were getting vertigo and they had to stop the race.
Yeah, is it like a lingering condition? Apparently, it is.
I thought it was like, when you hit your funny bone and it hurts for a while, but then in a few minutes it gets better. I thought that's what vertigo was like.
Oh, I guess you can't walk it off.
No. Is it contagious?
I think so. I think you have to wear a mask.
So that fixes everything.
Yeah, if you have the mask on, it doesn't infect everyone else with vertigo.
You could have leprosy, and if you wear a mask, it's okay.
It's science.
Yeah, follow that science. It's time for the best and worst NASCAR paint schemes for the Phoenix Spring Race. So what was good this time?
My favorite paint scheme was number 17. Chris Buescher had a grilled cheese sandwich on his car. Everyone likes a good grilled cheese sandwich.
If you put bacon on it, it's really good.
Yes, bacon helps.
Yeah, other than the grilled cheese sandwich, they were all awful.
Yeah,
So I went with Ware in the 51 Supercom only because Ware had to drive a pink car. And that's funny. No one ever won a race in a pink car.
No.
Have you ever seen anyone win a race in a pink car? No.
I don't think so.
Like, it's worse than a green race car.
It's reminded me of that Superflow car from Days of Thunder, is what
Yes.
it kind of reminded me of from a distance.
If that car was... How could you put yourself in that car and call yourself a man? I don't know. Bad cars?
The Busch Series, the number 30 car, I'm pretty sure it said it was an Ass Hurts car. I could have read it wrong from a distance, but, looking back, it probably didn't say that. But, I don't know. It was kind of an ugly car anyways.
After 200 laps in a Busch car, it might be.
Yeah. After hitting that transition.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I went with Bowman in the number 48 Best Friends car. It was just like purple with paws all over it. It was just dumb.
Was it Best Friends? Is this something helping animals?
Something help, put the cute animals up or
Yeah, put pictures
something.
of the animals.
It was just a bunch of paws sticking up in the air. Like, I want a treat.
Oh.
I don't know. It was awful. Honorable mention, I went back to the Busch race for Creed in the double-aught C camo and U.S. flag livery. That looked pretty cool, actually.
The C camo.
Yeah. That C camo is, I think snow camo would have been even better with the USA flag, but C camo worked.
Coming up next for NASCAR, they're going to head up to Las Vegas for their first mile-and-a-half track this season. Onto the standard tracks now, pretty much.
So who do you like for Vegas?
Man, I think it's time for the Kyle Larson show to start. Him and get into those mile-and-a-half tracks is really when he starts taking over.
I'm going to say Busch qualifies well and shows a lot of promise, but then crashes at some point. So,
yeah, that sounds pretty spot on.
Does anybody have a crash meter like they do for F1? Like who has cost the most money in crash cars for the season?
I need to do that.
Because Busch is going to be way up in the top 5 at least.
Man, he didn't They didn't throw cautions for a few of them, but there was like 3 times where he hit the wall and cut a tire. I remember saying I couldn't even catch all of them.
Is it bad luck Busch or is it bad driver Busch? No.
Is it just, this car sucks. I'm just gonna crash it.
I need to slow down because this car is awful, but I'm not. I'm just gonna keep driving until I hit something. IndyCar went to Phoenix for their NASCAR support race and somehow put on a great show. Captain Cheater Newgarden held out for the win with Captain Kirk second and pole sitter Mucus P3. You know what? Actually, it looked like Rasputin had the win locked up late in the race until he hit Power and then slapped the wall trying to pass Power on lap 205. And that was it.
Yeah, he went high, and I don't think Power was expecting that coming off of turn 2 there, and just got pushed up into the wall.
You don't think Power would fade a guy on purpose like that to keep the lead?
Well, he cut his own tire doing that.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
It doesn't... I don't think so there, because he probably didn't want to wreck his own car. He's had enough of that the past few weeks.
He was probably thinking, what is this idiot doing trying to pass me on the outside?
And Rasputin probably could have just, waited another turn.
And got him.
He was pretty quick all day.
Surprisingly quick.
Well, we'll start on lap 18 when Hauger, the Norwegian nightmare they like to call him on television.
Is that the one that football player talked up in Coda?
Yeah.
And did the whole...
I think so.
He did the whole, Tommy Robbins...
He gave him the whole speech.
Yeah. Like the pre-championship game speech.
I
forget who that guy was, but he was pretty good.
Jameson? The quarterback.
Yeah.
I've lost it right now. Hauger spun off of turn 2, got loose, avoids hitting the wall, reverses down the back straight, and then nails the J-turn with no damage. That was pretty impressive maneuver back there.
That was most impressive.
I think he should have at least got like 2 points, just 2 championship points for that.
Oh, yeah, for keeping it off the wall. And then he went backwards for, I don't know, like 100 yards and then just went whoop,
seemed like
the Rockford.
Just zip it back around. All right. He's like, why did we go to caution? I could have just driven out of it.
I didn't stop. Somewhere around lap 30, the world rejoices when Rinus VK takes Pablo out of the race.
Oh, not clear. Not clear.
I'm not sure what lap it was because the pylon wasn't working on Fox TV.
I heard that. At the track, everything was fine, but...
You could see the actual
pylon. Yeah, they had the actual pylon. Everything was fine. Apparently, Fox is botching everything up. I don't know. He must have the same engineer as working on Verstappen's software there.
It kept kind of going on and off all race. So.
Do IndyCar spotters know they need to pay attention on ovals? Because I'm pretty sure NASCAR spotters catch that type of thing. Car high, car low, behind you. I mean, they're constantly talking.
Are you saying that Fox should do a spotter cam like NASCAR did?
I don't need to hear that they're constantly talking.
Okay. Like a auctioneer.
Yeah, we just maybe give them some pointers to the IndyCar spotters.
Well, it was only lap 73 when Rasputin took the lead and just looked dominant from there on out. Where did he come from? I don't remember seeing him that good before on ovals.
Milwaukee last year. Another 1.5 mile short oval.
Maybe he's the short oval guy.
He's the short oval guy. He was voted the driver nobody wants to race against by all the other drivers. I don't know. Let's ask Will Power and who was the other... Oh, everyone that he tried to pass.
How many people did he hit? Like 3, 4?
Yeah.
Trying to go around?
Look, it's a NASCAR weekend. We rubbing his racing here.
You know what? I did love the Santino Ferrucci livery.
Was that the like American flag?
Yeah.
It was pretty... That was nice.
It's hard to make an IndyCar livery look good, but...
Yeah, there's not a lot of space.
Yeah. And is it Dallara this year?
Yeah.
Dallara didn't do a good job with that chassis anyway.
I feel... Man, Santini used to be the guy that made all the exciting moves, and...
He's the road course guy.
Oh, on the road course he does. Now it's Rasputin on the short ovals. Maybe lap 50, maybe-ish.
I don't know what lap it was.
Foster was in the wall. The field ends up pitting. Rossi wasn't ready. I don't know. Apparently his pit crew was busy. He's eating ice cream.
You can't come in right now.
I need to pit. No, we're eating ice cream.
Could you see that from the stands?
I missed that when I was And they didn't catch it on the radio, I think.
Oh, when the field pits, you just gotta like pick one guy you're watching because you're not gonna catch all this stuff. But
I'm just watching one guy and then looking at what the order is when they come out.
Dixon did jump over Rasputin on the pits, so good pit crew, Dixon.
Of course he did. I'm surprised he didn't move up with some sort of fuel strategy at some point.
Ganassi crews ever have bad pit stops?
Oh, I've rarely seen them make a mistake.
They're like Schumacher era Ferrari pit crews. Like they just don't mess up. It was around lap 158. Rasputin smacks Dixon's left rear trying to pass him.
He was just trying to rattle his cage.
That's what the great man used to say, right?
Yeah.
You crashed him into the wall. I was just trying to rattle his cage a little.
Those IndyCar, those wings are pretty resilient for an open-wheel vehicle.
Very sharp.
And sharp.
Too.
When an F1 car hits something, the wings just shatter into 4,000 pieces.
Maybe that's what the little balls sticking out of the Ferrari end plates are, so they can hit a guy and not shatter the wing. It just rolls.
It has a little knife that pops out.
That'd be cool.
Pretty Italian.
Either that or they're actually little bombs and they just fall off and then...
Oh, like Batman?
Yes.
That would be cool. Lap 207 is where Rasputin turns into Crashmusen. He is not clear. Not clear.
Do not try to go around
That is
willpower.
Willpower ends up getting a flat tire out of it. Crashmusen, his car he smacked it pretty hard. I'm not sure how bad his car was messed up. It wasn't great.
He went down the order as time went on.
It wasn't too bad, and I think he hit the wall again later.
That was a pretty big smack to keep going, so pretty stout suspension there, Dallara.
Yeah, good work.
Just your aero package looks like crap. It was maybe 10 to go. Captain Kirkwood got past Rasputin for P1. Cheater followed him right through, and then Rasputin just dropped like rock.
That's when he started falling back.
Maybe the dirty air was really hard on the car. If he was in clean air, he was doing okay, but...
Yeah, the traffic was not good for that car after all the damage. 6 to go. Newgarden made it up to first. He went from 10th to first in the last 30 laps of the race.
That was... somebody made the right adjustments on that car.
Yeah, that was a good pit stop.
And then he got his first win of the season?
His first win in over one race.
Oh.
Well, he won the last race. It seems like a lot longer, but...
Feels like a first oval win.
Yeah, that's true.
Captain Cheater won the last race. Penske, first win for Penske. They only had, how many wins last year?
I
2?
think they had 2, but they all came at the end of the season, so...
On ovals.
And they had already been caught cheating at this point last year. Well, the first time.
Graham Rahal was a disappointment. Only P9 after qualifying P3.
He had a great qualifying lap. And the first half of the race, he was running up, second to fifth about. But then just kind of fell back towards the end.
He faded like a Ferrari.
Yeah. I thought, man, I'm going to look top 5 for Graham.
Come on, Graham.
No. Who was it? Mick also. Well, he had that long pit stop early. And he got his laps in on the oval.
Yeah.
But I don't think he could hang with the other guys quite yet.
It's a whole different world running oval laps after you spent your entire life on road courses.
Not bad for a first time, though.
He didn't crash out the leaders, at least.
Yeah. Not bad. My stolen stat off the internet of the day is there were 7 on-track lead changes in the IndyCar race at Phoenix, unrelated to pit stops. In the 15 IndyCar road and street course races since introducing the hybrid in July 2024, there have been 6 on-track lead changes, not related to pit stops. So in one race, we beat out lead changes in all of the road and street races.
6. That's like an average of 1 every other race.
Yep.
Wow.
It's all pit stop related. And most of that, I'm going to say, is thanks to Alex Palou.
Yeah, he did seem to get the lead after pit stops quite a bit, didn't he?
He would have a great pit strategy and then just drive off.
Yeah.
I will say IndyCar needs to step it up with the merchandise. They only had a Penske merch trailer and an Aero McLaren merchandise trailer. There was a third one with a few other things, but that was it. There was a $70 McLaren hat. I don't know why there was, or who would pay a $70 for a McLaren hat. That was kind of ridiculous.
Was it signed?
Nope.
No.
I guess maybe it was accidentally from the Formula One merchandise, because that's the only reason I could see it being $70. But I mean, they sat there all weekend. There was next to all the NASCAR haulers. It was like, bring out all your merch. What are you doing? Sell some stuff.
You got a crowd. I bought a Ray Hall hat back in Vegas.
They had like a couple ECR hats, a couple Ray Hall hats, but no, like, not much to choose from.
I still have my signed Ray Hall hat.
Did you get a signed one? I just got a little card signed.
When he was they were at Phoenix last time, we went up to his trailer and he was hanging out doing autographs, so I had him sign the hat.
Oh, nice. In IndyCar news, the Trump 250 DC Street Race Course has been revealed. The course includes a straight on Pennsylvania Avenue, and then they will race past the Congressional Brothel, the unredacted Epstein file, and Congressional Sexual Assault Settlement Record Storage Facility.
The whole building.
Whole building. Yeah. Could be multiple buildings. Then a switch to wets may be necessary as they traverse the swamp. And then to finish the lap, the cars will peacefully march towards the U.S. Capitol, where undercover FBI agents will hold the doors open and allow them inside. So it should be a pretty good street race there.
FBI's good at that.
Yeah. Yeah, they have practice.
I would go, but I'm not allowed to go near the Capitol for some reason.
No?
No.
Well, it's free to go there. The race is free.
That's a good race. Are they setting up stands all around, or do you just have to crowd up to the fence?
I guess they would set up some stands.
Otherwise, the only place you're seeing the race is from one of the buildings.
Yeah.
We could climb the Washington Monument.
I'm sure they'll love that.
Yeah, and then you can see it from there.
Coming up next for IndyCar, the Arlington, not Darlington, Grand Prix
of
Texas.
Is that where the King of the Hill was? Darlington?
Arlington? I think he was in Arlington, Texas. It's the propane and propane accessories Grand Prix of Arlington.
I want to see a Strickland propane hat somewhere with the IndyCar race on it.
In other news, at a soccer match in Australia, the Iranian women's team were granted asylum after flashing the international help sign. It was later learned that the women were actually asking for help with directions to the Thunder from Down Under male stripper review. So,
of course they were.
I'm sure that's what they were looking for.
Why wouldn't they want to go to the Thunder Down Under show?
I heard it was a great show.
Yeah.